Have you ever thought you're just not good at something? That you were simply born that way and can't change it? Well, that's what's called a fixed mindset. But today, I'm going to show you how to shift your perspective and start living with a growth mindset. Welcome to Successful Minds, the channel where we train our minds to achieve success. Today you'll learn how to turn failures into lessons and obstacles into opportunities. We'll dive deep into the power of a growth mindset, and I'll give you actionable strategies to unlock your true potential. Let's start with the foundation. What exactly is a growth mindset? It all comes down to how you view your abilities. Do you believe they're set in stone, or do you see them as something you can cultivate and expand? Psychologist Carol Dweck from Stanford University has dedicated her life's work to understanding this. She discovered that people with a growth mindset believe their abilities can improve through effort, practice, and learning. They're not afraid to step outside their comfort zones to embrace challenges because they see these as opportunities for growth. On the other hand, people with a fixed mindset believe that talent is something you're born with and can't change. They shy away from challenges because they fear failure. But let me tell you, that's just not true. This isn't some feel-good philosophy, this is backed by science. Dweck's research has shown that people with a growth mindset achieve higher levels of success in their personal and professional lives. They're more resilient, more adaptable, and more likely to achieve their goals. Every expert, every master, every successful person you know, they all started somewhere. They honed their skills, practiced, and embraced the learning process. That's the power of a growth mindset. Now you might be thinking, Tony, this is all great, but why is a growth mindset so important? Let me tell you, it's not just some self-help buzzword, it's a fundamental shift in how you approach life, and it can make all the difference in your level of success and fulfillment. First and foremost, a growth mindset unlocks your potential. When you believe you can improve, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You're no longer limited by your perceived limitations, and you start to see challenges as opportunities for growth and expansion. Second, a growth mindset fuels resilience. We all face setbacks in life, it's inevitable. But it's how we respond to those setbacks that defines us. With a growth mindset, you don't see failure as the end, you see it as feedback. Third, a growth mindset enhances your relationships. When you approach interactions with a growth mindset, you're more open to understanding different perspectives, you're more willing to learn from others, and you're better equipped to navigate conflict constructively. Fourth, a growth mindset boosts your overall well-being. When you believe in your ability to grow and learn, you cultivate a sense of agency and empowerment. You're no longer a passive bystander in your life, you're the architect of your own destiny. So, my friends, a growth mindset is not just a nice to have, it's a must-have for anyone who wants to live a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. Chapter 3. Change your inner dialogue. Now let's get practical. How do you actually develop a growth mindset? It starts with your thoughts. The way you talk to yourself has a profound impact on your beliefs and actions. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself saying things like, "I'm not good at this," or "I'll never be able to do that"? These negative self-talk patterns are like weeds in the garden of your mind. They choke out the positive, growth-oriented thoughts that are essential for cultivating a growth mindset. The first step is awareness. Start paying attention to your inner dialogue. What kind of language do you use when you're faced with a challenge? Do you shy away with self-doubt, or do you lean in with curiosity and determination? Once you're aware of your negative self-talk patterns, you can start to challenge and reframe them. Replace. "I can't do this" with, "How can I learn to do this?" Instead of saying "I'm not good enough," try "I'm not there yet, but I'm willing to learn and grow." Remember, your mind is a powerful tool. Use it to your advantage by feeding it positive, empowering thoughts. Chapter 4. Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. Let's talk about failure, or as I like to call it, feedback. Society often conditions us to fear failure, to see it as a reflection of our worth. But in the world of growth mindset, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone. Think about a time you learned to ride a bike. Did you just hop on and effortlessly glide away? Of course not. You fell, you stumbled, you probably scraped your knees a few times, but each time you got back up, you learned something. That's the beauty of failure. It offers invaluable lessons that we can't get anywhere else. It teaches us resilience, it builds our problem-solving skills, and it ultimately makes us stronger and more capable. The key is to shift our perspective from seeing mistakes as something to be ashamed of, to seeing them as opportunities for growth. Instead of dwelling on the negative, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this feedback to improve? Remember, even the most successful people in the world have experienced countless setbacks and failures. The difference is, they didn't let those setbacks define them. They embraced the learning opportunity, adjusted their approach, and kept moving forward. Chapter 5. Surround yourself with people who challenge you. Now, you can't cultivate a growth mindset in isolation. The people we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our beliefs, attitudes, and ultimately, our success. If you're constantly surrounded by people with fixed mindsets, their limiting beliefs can seep into your own thinking. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who have growth mindsets, their positive energy, their thirst for knowledge, and their unwavering belief in their own potential becomes infectious. Think about it. Who are the people you spend the most time with? Do they inspire you to grow, to learn, to push yourself beyond your comfort zone? Or do they hold you back with their negativity and limiting beliefs? If you want to develop a growth mindset, it's essential to surround yourself with people who will challenge you to become the best version of yourself. Seek out mentors who have achieved the success you desire. Join communities of like-minded individuals who are passionate about growth and learning, and cultivate relationships with people who will support you on your journey. Remember, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely, my friends, and surround yourself with people who will elevate your thinking, expand your horizons, and inspire you to reach your full potential. This isn't about abandoning your loved ones who may not share your growth mindset. It's about actively seeking out relationships that will nourish your personal and professional growth. Outro, you've got this. Remember, developing a growth mindset is like training a muscle. It takes time, practice, and consistency. But with the right mindset, you can change the way you see the world and what you're capable of achieving. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this. Let me know in the comments, what area of your life will you apply a growth mindset to this week? See you in the next video, right here on Successful Minds.